Lesson 2, the shadow of desertion. Simon Peter and another disciple were following Jesus. Because this disciple was known to the high priest, he went with Jesus to the high priest's courtyard. But Peter waited outside the door. The other disciple, who was known to the high priest, came back, spoke to the servant girl there, and had Peter brought in. "You aren't one of this man's disciples, are you?" she asked Peter. He replied, "I'm not." It was cold, and the servants and officials were standing around by the fire to try to keep themselves warm. Peter was also standing there with him, warming himself. Meanwhile, the high priest questioned Jesus and his disciples about his teachings with those disciples. "I have spoken openly to the world," Jesus replied. "I always taught in the synagogues or at the temple where the Jews could come together. I have done nothing in secret. Why question me? Ask those who heard me. Surely they know what I said." When Jesus said this, one of the officials nearby slapped him in the face. "Is this the way you answer the high priest?" he demanded. "If I said something wrong," Jesus replied, "testify as to what is wrong. But if I spoke the truth, why did you strike me?" Then Annas sent him bound to Caiaphas the high priest. Meanwhile, Simon Peter was still standing there warming himself by the fire, and the men there asked him, "You aren't one of his disciples too, are you?" Peter denied it, saying, "I'm not." One of the high priest's servants, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, challenged him, "Didn't I see you in the garden